Welcome back, family. I am doing another voiceover. I just feel like it's easier for you guys for me to do a voiceover because it's easier to hear. So I am on day 2 of my starter, and I'm just giving it a check. It is starting to bubble, which excites me. So I am just giving it a big stir, get that air circulating. Again, I'm using my wooden utensil. Every video but one that I watched said it's better to use plastic or wood, not metal. So I've got it stirred up. I did not discard, and I thought I messed up. I really did. I was like, after I did that, I was like, I didn't take any discard out. So what I'm adding in is a 1/4 of a cup of unbleached all-purpose flour and a 1/4 of a cup of filtered water. And I was told, please make sure you use unbleached and filtered water as well, because if you do not, it will deactivate the natural yeast. And that's what we're going for. We're trying to get leavening naturally. Again, I'm giving it a real nice big stir, getting that air circulating in that jar, which is another key component. It's best to do this in a glass jar. So I'm just keeping on, trying to get it to the right consistency that I like it, which is, for me, a pancake consistency. And now I am just going to put my coffee filter back on and tie it back. And I'm going to put it up in the storage area, which is right above my stove, just the cabinet above my stove. It's dark and it's a little bit warm. So now I'm on day 3 and it has risen just a little bit more. So with this one, I am going to actually discard. I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't discard yesterday. Is it going to grow? And it did. She grew. So again, I'm just taking a 1/4 of a cup, and I'm going to actually end up discarding a total of a 1/2 of a cup. I've got one more going in, and it smells really good. My kitchen actually is starting to smell like a pizzeria. So I'm adding in 2 of the 1/4 cup, which equals a 1/2 of the unbleached flour. I think the first thing that I'm going to make with this is actually going to be pizza dough. I've been kind of trying to figure out, do I want loaf of bread? What do I want? And I think I want a pizza dough. So now I'm going to hit it with a 1/2 of a cup of filtered water. I do have a Brita filter, but I have a ton of bottled water that I need to go through. I didn't expect my kids to move out as fast as they did, and all they drink typically is water. So I'm going to grab my wooden fork after I wander around aimlessly for a few seconds. Show you the fork. There she is. And I'm going to give her a good stir. We're going to stir it, get the circulating, percolate. Just keep on going. I'm actually talking to my husband at this point. He's telling me that he somehow reconfigured the computer parts on my car. And he's like, I think I messed it up. So, but he did not. For some reason, I can't get the radio to play in my car. And I don't know. I need to Google it because I don't know what's wrong with it. It'll play my Bluetooth, but it will not connect to FM radio, which I don't really listen to, but my husband does. So, all right, now I'm showing you the pancake texture because I've got her stirred up. And that's kind of the thickness that I seem to be okay with, and she is growing. When you get to day 4, you're going to really see the growth. And then tomorrow, I think tomorrow might be the day I make a pizza. I'm not sure. All right, so now I've got her marked. I put the coffee filter back on, and I'm hoping that she gets about halfway up. So we'll see. Now I am going to be making something very interesting. With the way the world's going, you don't know when everything's going to break down. We're at the verge of WARE all over the world. And so I've just been doing some research on some Great Depression recipes, and I found something real interesting. I found a water pie. And this is actually my take on a water pie. I adjusted it because family, if you've been with me long enough to know, you know a couple of things about me. I typically don't measure, and I typically don't play by the rules. So what I'm adding in here is a little over 1 cup of sugar. And I'm going to put all of my dry ingredients in a bowl first. And then I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And I start off with 1 heaping tablespoon of cocoa. This is the addition. I just felt like it would be a fantastic addition. The ones I've seen have not put cocoa in it. I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir. And then as I'm stirring, I'm like, I don't really like that. So I go in and I hit it with another tablespoon. Hoping the whole time that this doesn't wreck the recipe. So I put in 1 more. And stirred it up. That's important because you want to stir your dry ingredients up, because this is like a dump cake. You know those videos where she would put the butter on top and say, "Don't mix it." This is exactly that same thing. So you want to make sure that your dry ingredients before you put them in is mixed properly. Okay, so now I'm going to just pour 1.5 cups of filtered water in my pie crust. I know I was questioning it the whole time I did it. I was like, there is no flipping way that this is going to amount to anything. And if I was thinking before I started the process, I would have put the pie crust on that baking sheet before I put the water in, but that's all right. Ain't no shame in my game. So now I am just going to sprinkle this evenly around. Now, I watched people in videos do this with their hands. There is absolutely no way I can do that because it feels too much like sand, and I don't like the texture of sand. Like, I like to go to the beach. I don't like to, put my toes in the sand. I've always got my flip-flops on. But you'll never see me just digging around in the sand either. You just won't see that because I don't like the texture of it on my hands, and I don't like my hands to feel dry. So that is why I am not using my fingers. Plus, I'm a bit of a germaphobe as well. And I just... There are times where you'll see me use my fingers and touch stuff, but most often I don't because, again, I have issues. We know this. We've established this, and it's okay. We all got them, right? So I'm just going to dump the rest of this in here, and then I'm going to hit it with some imitation vanilla. And it calls for 2 tablespoons of imitation vanilla. And there's only about maybe 1.5 tablespoons that is left in this little jar. So I just top it off and try as evenly as I can get it. I try to put it in there. And then I just grab my Molina, which is my favorite vanilla. And just finish adding what I needed to. I've got 5 tablespoons of butter. that I'm just going to evenly distribute across the pie. Or as evenly as I think it should be. And then I'm going to bake it. Now, I have the recipe card that I'm going to show you. This is the exact recipe minus the cocoa. I just added the cocoa, and what I think I'm going to do next is actually put pineapple in it. I feel like doing the water pie with pineapple is going to be life-changing. So I might do like 5 tablespoons of flour and add pineapple. But I bake it at 400 for the first 30 minutes. I want to show you my eggs. There's one on the left that my little chicken did lay. The one that I've been waiting on. Now here is the finished pie. And let me tell you guys, it is delicious. It's delicious. Now this is day 4. Look how much she has risen. She far exceeded my expectations because she went above half. She went above and beyond. So I'm going to just discard 1/4 cup. I think I do that twice as well. And then I'm going to add, so a total I discarded 1/2 cup. Now I'm adding in a total of 1/2 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour and a total of 1/2 cup of filtered water. And then I'm going to take my trusty little wooden chopstick and get that air circulating again, y'all. I'm enjoying this sourdough process, and it's actually not as finicky as I thought it would be. I was afraid of it at first. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to use it. This is all new to me. But with each day and each growth that I see, I'm getting more and more confident. And I'm legit hoping that I can make a pizza with it tomorrow. And I will film that and show you how you're supposed to test it. And then when I got home today, I got my little popcorn popper from the Walmart.com. So I'm excited about that. I'll do a video on that as well. But yes, guys, that is the end of the video. Stay tuned tomorrow for day 5 of my sourdough starter. I love you guys so much, but Jesus loves y'all more. Bye.